Chris, the dating doc here, and I have this article that I got from a friend, and here we go with another new dating theme, right? Everyone knows catfish, heard stovepiping, breadcrumbing, ghosting. The list goes on and on. Now we got a new one, perfect for the sensitive societal times we live in. WokeFish. Being WokeFish. That's literally what it's called. This is when someone pretends they are of a certain political or social justice type of leaning, and they're just faking the funk so they can get in bed with you. Now, this is obviously something that's used more during online dating, digital apps. Given the time that we're in, you're not seeing this being used in person, where nonverbal communication really can out someone, right? I mean, pre-COVID, can you imagine trying to woke fish someone at a bar and you're half toasted and you're trying to keep the facade that you believe Black Lives Matter when in reality you're a white supremacist? It's just not going to work. Whereas when you're hiding behind the screen, when you can time your response and you could write any kind of profile you want, it's easier to fool someone. And what's interesting about this is I remember years ago when Facebook was the land of literally just, hey, I lost my car keys, I found them, right? People would get annoyed just by oversharing of someone's life. Nowadays, Facebook, and I say Facebook because I compare that to Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, other modes, Snapchat, other modes of social media. Facebook has become this wasteland of just sharing political articles and a whole bunch of bickering. Some of it warranted, some of it not. A whole bunch of Karens going wild on Facebook. And what ends up happening is you create this atmosphere of almost an addiction to just talking about politics and social issues. People have now become centered around their political issues and leanings. So I'm reading this article, and I'm kind of like laughing at the irony of it. I mean, it seems like something you'd see on satire, like an old Onion News Network type of article. So, article written, it was featured on a couple of sites, but I pulled up here the one from the New York Post, written by Ben Coast, or Cost, depending on the way you pronounce it. And, this is, I'll read this verbatim. People masquerade as holding progressive political views to ensnare potential partners. Woke fishmen can be thought of like catfishers, those who use fake online personas to defraud victims, but only for sex instead of money. According to Smith, a woke fish may at first present themselves as a protest-attending, sex-positive, anti-racist, intersectional feminist who drinks ethically sourced oat milk and has read the back catalog of Audre Lorde twice. However, in actuality, these practitioners of false identity politics couldn't care less. Okay, I'm not going to read more. You can definitely look it up. Just obviously Google woke fish. So, the only last thing I'll paraphrase from the article was about a 19-year-old who was unknowingly in a long-term relationship with a white supremacist. It's kind of that example that I used. And here's here's the thing, right? It's agreeing on politics is the new Lamborghini of 2020. And what I mean by that is, only douchebags are going to still use the, hey, this is what I drive kind of pickup line, or photo, this is how much money I make, and, this is what I drive. Unless you're in a niche website like Seeking.com or Sugar Daddy type of website. So now, showing off your leanings, your social political leanings, is the best way to get someone's attention. But you can still be an asshole, right? You can still be someone who doesn't listen, who doesn't practice communication skills. But hey, we agree on politics. Even though I'm half attracted to you, personality-wise and physically, but hey, we agree on stuff. Here's the thing. I personally know couples that do not agree on everything on the social political spectrum. Old school couples, before all this drama, and they're still together, they're still around. How do they do it? They practice what's important, which is, again, the communication skills. It's the like physical touch. It's the quality time. It's learning each other's attachment model. It's being able to frame that relationship into something strong. It's having the grit to make it last. That does not make the news. Okay? Still dating your partner. That does not make the news. That's not seen on a picket sign. It's not a protest. Okay? If you really want to agree on views, let's go out there and protest people ghosting, people catfishing. But to only look for someone who agrees with you on every single subject as the barometer of attraction is wrong. Okay, that's a fallacy in itself. Just like the idea that you think by arguing and fighting with someone, suddenly they're going to agree with you. It's asinine. And the fact that you're only going to side with people that agree with you, or in this case, only date people that agree with you. And ironically, now you have people faking the funk because they understand that it's asinine and full of irony. So don't be WokeFish and don't be woke fishing. Simple as that. You're playing yourself by playing into this facade of agreeing with someone when in reality you don't support things like Black Lives Matter, or you don't even want to wear a mask, but you'll wear a mask for a piece of tail. Okay? Just be yourself. And as for those that are perceiving they may be a victim of being WokeFish, pay attention to more than just who agrees with you when it comes to your social political spectrum. I can understand if there's fundamental things, right? Fundamental things where you're just like, man, I can't get through this, right? Whether it's gun rights, whether it's same-sex marriage, things that you just know, oof, this is going to be kind of hard to hurdle through if we're in a relationship or married together. But people's experiences and backgrounds are completely different. And I would rather be with someone who agrees with me a majority of the time, but not all the time on the political social spectrum. So, for example, if someone is A+ at being a good communicator and wants to build a future with me, I'm going towards that kind of person. Versus being B- when it comes to things we agree upon socially. Inverse from that would be someone that's A+, that, wow, they just agree with everything I say. But when it comes to dating, they don't know how to communicate. When it comes to conflict resolution, they don't know how to counter that. They don't even know how to add love to a relationship, whether it's physical, mental, or even still feel like you're dating that person, even if you've been together for a while. They don't understand how to keep the spice going. But hey, we can point at the news screen and thumbs up and agree on everything. It's asinine. It's a backwards way of thinking. I have my own opinions on how I think this division is going to cause a decay of society, but again, that's for another talk. So yeah, WokeFish. Imagine that. Let's see how long WokeFish last, especially as it takes about 60 to 90 days to figure out what someone's really all about. But as I said before, stay away from being WokeFish and don't WokeFish someone else.